Kaziranga is a triumph of wildlife conservation. There were just a handful of Indian ago. Now there are more than 2,400, 2/3 of the world population. Wills and Kate paid a visit on their Indian tour. But local people say they're paying a high price for Kaziranga's success. July last year, and a 7-year-old boy is rushed to hospital. "I'm going to die," he cries.
The forest guards were shouting, "Rhinoceros, rhinoceros." Then the forest guards suddenly shot me.
What is the condition of the wound now? Akash's father explains how the hospital tried to graft muscle from one leg to the other. It did not work well. Akash will never walk properly again. The park says it was a terrible mistake and paid his medical bills and $3,000 compensation. There was an outcry, with hundreds protesting at the mounting toll of death and injury in the park. The issue is the park's ruthless anti-poaching strategy. We've been invited on night patrol.
Yes,
Oh, yes, there's a rhino just next to us.
here, you can see here.
Park rangers have been given extraordinary powers to protect animals like him.
Whenever you see the poachers or any people during night time, we are ordered to shoot them.
The park says the right to shoot and kill is essential to fight poaching.
First, we have to warn them, who are you? Just to, if they resort to firing, then we have to kill them. That's this thing. First, we try to arrest them so that we get the information. What are their linkages? Who are others in the gang?
He says the scale of the poaching menace justifies an uncompromising approach. But 50 people have been killed in the past 3 years alone. In 2015, more people were shot dead in the park than rhinos. And in the communities around Kaziranga, there is growing disquiet. This is one of many tribal groups that have lived in or alongside the forest for centuries. So look at this. This is the village road, and just over here is the national park, full of all those wild animals. There are no fences, and if I was to step across and into it, there is a real danger that I could be shot. Gowan Bora Keeling's parents believe their son, who had severe learning difficulties, was looking for a missing cow when he mistakenly crossed into the park in December 2013.
My son was shot in the chest by park rangers. They also slashed his arm. I don't know whether they used an axe or something else.
The park says guards fired when Gowan Bora did not respond to a warning.
I haven't filed a court case. I am a poor man. I can't afford to take them on. I don't know anything about how the law works. What can I do?
These guards are preparing an ambush. Kaziranga explains the high death toll, saying poachers die in shootouts with guards. Now, firm figures are hard to come by, but according to the reports we can find, just one park guard has been killed by poachers in the last 20 years. Compare that to the more than 100 people shot dead by guards over the same period.
The park is being run with utmost brutality. These are extrajudicial executions. There's no jury, there's no judge, there's no questioning. And the terrifying thing is that there are plans to roll out this shoot-on-sight policy across the whole of India.
She says some of the world's biggest animal conservation charities are turning a blind eye, including the World Wildlife Fund. It has funded combat and ambush training for Kaziranga's guards and provided specialist equipment, including night vision goggles.
Well, the thing is, killing people, nobody is comfortable with killing people, right? What is needed is on-ground protection. This trade has to stop if the poaching has to stop.
The illegal trade in
illegal
rhino
trade,
horn.
yeah. So that has to stop if poaching has to stop.
But shouldn't WWF speak out? I mean, what do you think your donors would feel about WWF's involvement with a park which is involved with killing dozens and dozens of people, with maiming people?
Well, as I said, that we are working towards it. We want the whole thing to reduce. We don't want poaching to happen. And the idea is to reduce it with involving all the partners. It's not just the Kaziranga authorities, but also the enforcement agencies, also the local people. So I think the main thing is to work with the local people.
But it isn't only Kaziranga's anti-poaching strategy that threatens local people. The park plans to double in size and an eviction order has been issued. The first villages were cleared in September. The police move in. The villagers start throwing stones. The police respond first with tear gas, then live rounds. 2 people were killed.
I have no one. My husband was the only person I had. I wanted to take his body away, but they beat me up and didn't allow me to take his body. So I had to run away.
Diggers were brought in to destroy buildings, and the national park provided a team of elephants that slowly and deliberately went through the village, knocking down every home. Critics see the wrecked village as yet more evidence of an overly aggressive approach to conservation. Of course, endangered species need preserving, but is Kaziranga's strategy placing the welfare of wildlife too far above the welfare of the people we are told are best placed to protect it?